This miniature right here, this is called a gargoyle, and well, they're my least favourite tyranid model aesthetically, but I have a lot of them. But I think they look super doofy. I can't work out if it has legs or not, and if it was ever meant to have legs. And also the head is far, far too big for this body. What were they thinking? You know, every single model in this army has a bit of a twist. My Hormogaunts, they kind of look like spiders. My Gene Stealers are all infested and Nurgly, got holes in them that I melted in their backs. And even my Ripper Swarms, they're Nurgle themed too. They've got little maggots on the base, thanks to Kira Creations. This little egg is one of my free models that you can get if you want. So, you know, it's not just the big models that have their own twist in this army. Every single little model I want to be unique, individual. Every single model I want to be a conversion. But this model, well, what do I do about it? Someone very, very kindly, though, gave me this sprue. It's missing a head. This is from 1995. And assembled, it looks like this. Right? So weird, so cool. And I thought, hang on, that head is kind of the perfect replacement. I nicked a couple from these sprues, and before I moved into this new studio, I mold and cast them. Nothing really went super right though, if I'm being honest. And so my casts are a little bit, how you going? A bit iffy. This is like a little pickup tool that Vallejo sells, and it's pretty good, except when it doesn't work, which is like, more often than I would like. But it does help demonstrate things in videos, and with little tiny styrene pieces, like this is so good, but anything like remotely dense, not a thing. Not a thing for it. And my hobby shop today got a fresh supply of milliput, which I haven't had fresh milliput in years and years. Like every Australian supplier has kind of sucked for it. Oh, like butter. Oh, mate, you have no idea. This stick is usually so crusty, but it's fresh. It's fresh. So in celebration, I obviously had to use it. Even that's better. I was thinking about maybe replacing the heads with cubes or something before I thought of this. Right, come here, buttery milliput. Maybe with this fresh of milliput, I'll be able to master sculpting to be like my friend Tanner one day, who makes ridiculous things out of purely milliput. It's like, it's a marvel. Look at these buttery smooth shields from Tanner I saw on his story today. It's inspiring, isn't it? Oh, look at that milliput. He's really a master. Anyway, bit of glue. Glue makes this whole process so much easier. Because that way we don't have to wait for anything to dry. It's all going to be connected instantly. A little bit more. Look, you know, that mold and cast wasn't at all perfect, but it's going to do the job. We just bung it on here. Wait, there's a hole in the head. Wait, let's fix that real quick. Squish that neck down. Hey, that way? Yeah. So using these old model bits got me super inspired. I was kind of reflecting about this YouTube series because it's a permadeath and it's not going to last forever. And just like the permadeath model that I've released, once this vlog goes, that goes too. And a couple of people reached out to me and they're like, Trent, you know, shipping's really tough, but we have 3D printers. Is there a way you could release some sort of digital file? Then I thought about these recasts. These are like defunct miniatures that don't really see any love and they're not going to get remade, and yet there's something really special to me about having them and wanting them to continue to exist. So much so that I spent more money than it's worth to recast them. And I thought, like, you know, if I make digital files, unlike the physical models that I make, at some point, hang on, let me swap this out. I've made another one. At some point, I'm sure the digital files that I make now that I would delete personally would spring up again. And I thought, is there a better way to do this? Because I would make digital files for this permadeath vlog to fund it. So I thought, what if I release something? But the catch would be, at the end of the permadeath vlog, what if those paid digital files, well, they became free? In fact, they became Creative Commons. I don't know. Is that a dumb idea? I just want to know if you would support that sort of thing, or you would just wait for my, like, inevitable demise. It'd be kind of cool to be planting, like, little seeds, like, this wonderful thing happens at the end and people get a whole bunch of cool new resources that they wouldn't have access to otherwise. So yesterday we coated the edge of this table with epoxy, and I said, well, this will either cover really well with matte varnish or I'm going to have to repaint it all. And, well, it's a repainting option, unfortunately, which is fine, but it is kind of a pain, and I have to do that now. Now, listen to me when I tell you this. There is nothing special about the sand. There's deniers in the comment section. I'm telling you, this is ordinary sand. I guess a lot of my thought process with wanting to release the digital files for free at the end is that, you know, bloody resellers on eBay selling old Warhammer stuff. It's like, the prices are ridiculous. They just feed off people's nostalgia and desperation. I don't want to contribute to that. Nice. So tonight is kind of a low production, cozy night in, because today I was working on a digital version of this bunker, much smaller, that we can litter the table with, and I was like, what am I going to do with this file at the end? And that's what I'm hoping I can get your feedback on. And I want to be clear that, like, any miniature, any, like, small scale miniature, there's only ever going to be a physical release as part of this. And, like, I have a lot of mixed feelings about resin printing. Like, I think it's so cool that, like, the technology exists, but also I think that technology is, like, kind of a bit irresponsibly used sometimes, like, because it's not a safe material to have around or have in your bedroom or, you know, whatever. I peeked inside a commercial printer's room once, small scale, but they were tipping resin straight down the sink, you know, like all the extra stuff, like just washing these models down the sink. And I was like, it really, like, it burned this, like, that's why I haven't really covered any resin stuff on Miscast in a very long time, because it just made me super uncomfortable. And that's not what I really want to contribute to. Little models, they're only ever going to be physical, so don't ask for STL files, but big stuff that is, like, really great for FDM printing, a method I enjoy a whole bunch more. That's what I need to work out.